And then I said, that's not a velociraptor. That's my wife.
Dude, you didn't even invite me to the wedding.
The wedding? I got
To
married
your
at the
wife.
Las Vegas Taco Bell.
You probably can do that.
No, you can't. You can't do that. In case you ever wanted to know that.
In case I ever wanted to get married at the Las Vegas Taco.
Man.
Never been to Las Vegas.
Yeah, I don't plan on it.
Yeah, me either.
Welcome back to episode 6 of Culture Credence. I'm Will.
What's up, guys?
I'm going to take a minimum of 10 seconds between every voice line this episode, too.
Oh, okay.
Keep our engagement up.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
Keep them hanging on to every word.
I'm gonna speak very
I'm actually going to start
slowly.
speaking in tongues halfway through the podcast.
Oh,
You're going to be like, what is he
man.
saying? I'm going to start talking in Korean or something.
Did you see that Babylon Bee headline? And it was about how Pentecostal pastor wins every Scrabble game when he starts speaking in tongue. So it's everything he comes up with is a word and no one can refute it.
Man, that's pretty good. I should try that. I
I
can't even use the names of cities without getting called out in Scrabble.
I honestly don't know if I've ever even played Scrabble. If I have, it's been like once.
I only play real men's games, real thinking man's games like chess, like and checkers, and Scrabble and dueling with flintlock pistols and spears.
Yeah, no. It's hard to play board games anymore because there aren't people to play board games with.
True.
We do.
Hey, there's a board game app on Steam called I think it's like Tabletop Simulator, and it has like every game. You could try that sometime. I didn't know that. I also like the golf with friends mini game kind of stuff too. There's actually games in Discord. I don't know if you saw that. The start an activity. Oh, I popped it up on the screen. But yeah, there's like a bunch of games that you can just play in Discord.
All I'm seeing on your screen is a Google Drive.
Oh yeah, well, you can't see the podcast recording, so L plus ratio. Actually, I should probably fix that. That way you can actually see what we're recording. I'll do that. There you go. How's that?
Nice.
Prime.
Yeah, it was all a surprise to me when I was editing yesterday on our.
Oh yeah, I tried to swap back and forth between our perspectives to get.
Oh, you did an excellent job.
Thank you.
You did a very good job switching.
Sometimes I would just forget to switch. So, but
and should we do a recap of what our top 3 legendary Pokemon were?
If you want to, yeah. You gotta start with 3 this time, not with 1.
Okay, yeah. Our top 3 legendary and mythic Pokemon. Will, you go first.
Dude, I don't remember.
Oh man, how are you gonna recap, bro? You don't.
I was hoping that I was hoping you'd stall long enough for me to think about it or like look it up. I have to look it up online. I gotta ask ChatGPT or whatever people do now. You remember what my favorites were?
Can you help me remember something? Yeah. It's like, no, I can't.
Genesect was my number 3, and then Shaman Landform, and then Deoxys. Number 1.
Dude.
He's from space.
You and Deoxys, bro. Dude, you're bros.
No, he's a freak. He's an alien.
So, my number 3 was Mew. OG. Number 2 was Zacian. And number 1 was Raikou. So, very different top 3 for sure from each other. But on this episode, we're not really talking Pokemon.
We're talking about Gatorade again. Get prepared for
yeah, we're trying to get a Gatorade sponsorship.
You ever had a Picari Sweat?
What?
It's a Japanese hydration drink.
No.
Dude, if you're ever at like a Asian market, you gotta pick up a bottle of this stuff.
Well, in my small Midwestern town. I'm not usually in an Asian market, but
well, I'll hook you up
I'm
with
not a
some.
world traveler like you.
Dude, I
I
went
don't
to Boston one time
I
to
don't
let's
fly to a
chill out.
different city every week.
I might be going to Texas in April for a couple weekends.
Dude,
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
where at?
Undisclosed location. It's a secret project.
It's a secret.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. Your work is pretty secretive.
Yeah. Oh well. You'll never
Will's
know.
actually a defense contractor.
I'm actually, yeah. My name is John Lockheed Martin. For legal
Boeing.
reasons, this is a joke. Boeing. Not Boeing, Boeing.
Yeah, it's a totally separate company.
Did I tell you about the Chainsaw Man thing with the Lockheed Martin? The war.
No, I don't think
There's
so.
this character and they're the War Devil, and on their face, on their cheek, the this it looks. I didn't catch it at first, but it's the Lockheed Martin logo, but it's missing one line on it.
Mm.
And I was like, that's a really good reference. Like it was subtle enough to where I didn't catch it until someone mentioned it, but like if you knew, it's pretty obvious. I thought that was fun.
Little jab at the military-industrial complex.
Well, there's also a scene in that manga where the characters was like, "Oh, I don't love this. I love America," and they point their hand up, and then they point their hand down. The Statue of Liberty's arm like swings down and shoots a laser. It was awesome.
I mean, I wouldn't mind if the Statue of Liberty shot lasers.
It turned into a nasty cretin. It turned into like a monster. It was kind of scary.
So supposedly, I didn't really look into this, but supposedly NASA did fire a space laser weapon recently.
Laser.
So, part of me says that's awesome.
Yeah.
And part of me says big problem.
What do you mean big problem? We have a laser.
Space-based weapons seem a little dangerous.
I mean, we kind of already have those. You'll see when you watch a Gundam that satellites can be used that way too. No more on that until we get there.
Yeah. Next we're gonna be shooting railguns.
Dude, I'm sorry, but if the UNSC had like 5 more railguns, they could have beat the Covenant.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Remember
that was such a strange. I remember when we
Dude, I hate it. I love Halo Reach, but come on. They're like, yeah, let's invest in these 4-wheelers for 10-foot tall people. What?
No. Like literally, if you just had like 2 railguns.
Yeah, they hit one of the like capital class Covenant Corvettes and like one-shot it. Like they easily could have, if they had those lined up around the planet, they could have easily done it. Or if their ships were more maneuverable, because the Pillar of Autumn that Master Chief is on in the beginning, I can't remember if it's equipped with one, but Forward Unto Dawn from Halo 4, 100% was equipped with one of these railguns. Like these are like on ships. It's not like they couldn't use these things. It's that they weren't using them out of plot convenience.
Yeah.
Comment down below if you know why they didn't decide to build more than one railgun.
I'm sure there's some stated reason.
Actually, the UNSC credit only has a purchasing power of 5 cents per kilowatt. They'd have to shut down everything to use the power.
Probably some economics involved.
It's probably the power used in a railgun, to be honest.
Yeah. And I mean, what's powering a railgun? What's being used to build a railgun?
Dude, like, yeah, where are the factories for these pieces of equipment? We never see them, right? What is going on there? I know in that Evangelion show, they had to shut down the power in all of Japan to shoot one laser out of this, like, sniper rifle for one of these things. So maybe it's just a power consumption issue, but they were like, dude, they're like happy.
We had to drain all the power from a star to shoot this thing.
It's like, at that point, just get out
An
of there.
entire
Like, what are you
galaxy
doing?
is
Why would you
plunged
wanna
in
stay on
darkness.
Space Kansas?
So, what we are talking about today, since we're not talking Pokemon today, is TV shows that we would call formative.
Mm. Some might say.
Things things that were impactful for us or some of our favorite shows, things like that. You got any of those you wanna talk about?
No movies? No snacks? Talk about a low-budget flight. I'm outta here.
Yeah, no movies today. Just TV shows.
Well, I probably have a few, but you get to go first this time since you,
Oh, I get to go
yeah.
first?
Actually, let's play a game with this.
Okay.
I haven't come up with the game yet. I'm just thinking of one.
Oh, on the spot.
On the spot. Yeah, you put me on the spot here. You said I
That's
had to
the
come up
name
with a
of the
game.
game. The
Yeah, it's
spot.
called On the Spot. It's a game where you have to roll on the floor with a die, and if you land on the die, then you better get off of it.
Game over there.
No, we're done with that. I was just gonna see how long I could wait before anyone talked.
Just have nothing.
Just
We're
dead
probably
air.
gonna cut that.
No. It adds
Okay.
character. They're gonna be like, "Oh, is it broken?" Fast forward. No, they just didn't say anything. What's going
So
on?
what would be one of my we'll just say favorite slash formative
Dude.
TV shows.
Right.
I'm gonna start back at like a childhood show, if
Okay.
since we'd said formative. Okay, so what did I watch the most as a kid? I watched Power Rangers
Trash. No, I'm just
and Pokemon and superhero shows
Mhm.
the most out of everything. So, yeah, I mean, any of those, I'm gonna skip Pokemon because we talk about it so much. As a kid, I remember Teen Titans being big for me, although that was kinda catching me at the tail end of childhood. Uh, Justice League Unlimited, which that kinda became big for me. I kinda rediscovered Justice League and Justice League Unlimited in college, and I would call that one for me. I mean, they're dealing with some pretty weighty topics, especially in Justice League Unlimited,
Dude.
and
Wasn't that where the last episode of Batman Beyond was too?
okay, so
That
yes,
was a really
and
heavy episode.
that was supposed to be the last episode of Justice League, not just Justice League Unlimited, but the entire DC animated universe.
Mhm.
But then they made another season of Justice League Unlimited after that.
Wow.
So, and they're dealing with like government conspiracies and all kinds of stuff. It was awesome. So I would definitely say that, and in conjunction with that, Batman the Animated Series to me is like everybody says, it's a masterpiece. I love it. It's huge for me, and I kind of feel like Kevin Conroy's depiction of Batman, which it changes depending on what the series is, what time period it was, those types of things. But I would say his depiction of Batman for me has been and one of the most formative characters that I've watched in anything. There was definitely a time period where I was like, dude, I want to be this version of Batman. And so definitely Batman the Animated Series, DC animated universe. Same with Teen Titans. I mean, there's a like I think the way Teen Titans handles a lot of the storylines is just really top tier. Like the season 2 with Tara and Slade, so good. And,
Yeah.
you know,
Also,
I love it's simple, but I love the never too late to change. And then she does change at
nah.
the end. So,
But they turn her into
anyway.
actually, no spoilers.
Yeah, no spoilers.
I also gotta say, Batman the Animated Series, Danny Elfman's score for that show is
Oh, yeah, dude.
incredible. He's a dude.
Shirley Walker.
He also just most of the things that he did in the 90s scoring, like, for, uh, what am I thinking? He did the Batman movie with Michael Keaton, that was '89, um, Nightmare Before Christmas. What else was it? He did a lot of really good stuff. Oh, yeah, he did the first Spider-Man movie, I guess that was 2002, though, but, yeah, I think that really it's so iconic to that we're still using it today for Batman as, like, the main theme, you know?
Yeah,
It's very good.
yeah,
So, dude, and Batman Beyond was such a good, like that's one of my favorites. I
yeah,
wasn't really into it at first. Uh, I always found that show kinda, like I don't know if boring's the right word, but, like, it wasn't very action-packed. It's more of a noir. And then later on, I watched it again, and I'm like, "Dude, this is awesome," 'cause it's a bunch of callbacks to the original show. You see these characters who have, um, become old and kinda lost touch, and then you have this new generation with Terry McGinnis, and I did the just I don't know, like, Batman the Animated Series was kind of a I don't know if you'd call it a period piece, but it had, like, a mixture of old and newish kind of
yeah, they leaned really
themes.
heavy into the kind of the film noir
Yeah,
age, the
but there were, like,
20s, 40s.
airships and stuff too.
Yeah,
So it was like like, very
like the
future
90s.
optimistic version of it, you know?
Yeah, like the 90s and 40s or whatever just
Yes.
meshed together.
And then you see a future version of that, and, of course, it's very different than a lot of the futures that you see in other things, but it's very close to Blade Runner and stuff, and that's right up my alley. I like that kind of setting where it's future, but it also has kind of a twist where it's not exactly the same as everything else. I feel like it was one of the first, like, really big I don't know, like, it dives into the cyberpunk kind of aesthetic, before a lot of shows did. I really like that. Teen Titans also, that was one of my first, like, things I remember being super big in school where everyone was talking about it and everyone unanimously liked that show. So,
Yeah, I mean, all of those are just
man, I
excellent.
recently heard that the reason it got canceled was actually because of a toy licensing deal.
Yeah,
You heard
that
about
is
that?
what canceled.
Okay. Yeah, and Teen Titans Go is the reason for it because they had to make a new show so the other licensor could get rights.
Toys sunk a lot of good
Yes.
cartoons and stuff back in
And
the
we can
day.
all blame George Lucas.
I mean, Transformers, and I'm not gonna. I'm sorry if you haven't seen it at this point. Spoiler alert! But like,
Dude, what the heck?
that's why they killed Optimus
And
Prime
everyone
in the original movie and
you just can
Ironhide
watch
and all these others
dude, watching
just to sell new toys. And like they didn't care if the kids
no.
liked Optimus Prime or he was a good character or anything like that. It was literally just the whole point of the cartoon was to sell toys.
Yeah, and the funny thing
So,
is, Transformers is comprised of 3 different toy brands that they just kinda took from Japan, like, shoved together into one show. So you have, like, the big one's Takara Tomy, um, but there were, like, other ones, and so you have this mixture of robots, and they're like, "Okay, well, we have all these robots, we need to make money off of some of these." And they've already built up I guess Gen 1 so Gen 1 didn't last very long, even though it feels like it did. Like, if you go back and watch it, it's a relatively short series, but, like You know, you're watching reruns of these, and then you see your favorite characters just get murked out of nowhere. It's kinda that has to be really st I wouldn't say stressful. Probably has to be like dude, I don't even know the word for it, gut-wrenching.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they recently facetiously apologized for the trauma they caused
Oh, yeah, I
children
saw
with
that.
killing Optimus Prime, and,
They
like,
also
yeah,
released,
dude.
like, a mini series of Transformers Studio Series, figures that were, like, Transformers that had gotten killed.
Well, and, like, what's so frustrating about that to me is I've listened to interviews with Peter Cullen and Frank Welker,
Yeah,
and Peter Cullen, if you haven't heard it, listener, the Peter Cullen tells the story of when he and Frank Welker were good friends, and Frank Welker was voicing Megatron. They were reading the script for the movie, and Peter Cullen gets about 30 pages or whatever into the script and realizes they're killing his character off. They're killing Optimus Prime off. And he said, I thought the kids didn't like me because
yeah,
they didn't give them or tell them about all the fan mail they were getting. They were getting hordes of fan mail and nobody told them. So they didn't, this is the 80s, they didn't have any way to know whether kids really liked their character or
right.
not. And so Peter Cullen thought he was like a failure as Optimus Prime. And then come to find out that kids were so upset and so demanded Optimus Prime back that they bring him back, and he's been the leader and the most popular character throughout the franchise's history. And it's
Which is
like
interesting because in Japan, they really, really prefer, oh, what's his name?
Ultra
Ultra
Magnus.
Magnus. Yeah, he's their Optimus Prime.
And so it's like, all they had to do was just tell him, but they just didn't care. And
Yeah.
but I wish we could have gotten more times that Peter Cullen voiced it, because you kinda had him voice Optimus Prime in the '80s and Ironhide, and then kinda gone for a long time until the Michael Bay movies, and he voices Optimus Prime in several Michael Bay movies, does Transformers Prime, uh, but then, I mean, we've reached, the tail end and now the end kind of his career. He's pretty well retired now, and so, like, I hate that we had, 10, 20 years in there where we could have been having more Peter Cullen voicing Optimus Prime, and there just wasn't
Yeah.
that much Transformers media at the time,
Well,
and there
there was a
wasn't.
lot of Transformers media. Armada, Energon, the animated series. Those were like some of my favorite pieces of Transformers media.
Yeah, but I don't feel like until the Michael Bay movies was Transformers really
Really?
super popular
Oh,
and,
I think
like,
it was.
really at the
It
forefront.
was
Like,
dude, it was
I
it was
didn't know
everywhere when I was younger around that time.
I didn't know any kids who were into
Really?
Transformers
That's
when I was a
interesting to
kid.
me because before the Michael Bay movie, everyone I knew had Transformers and was, like, really into that stuff.
Yeah, the only experience I had with Transformers really before the Michael Bay
Mhm.
movies was them playing commercials
Wow.
on, like, Toonami and
Dude.
stuff, and
Yeah, like, Energon and Armada had the, like, time slots around Teen Titans for me. So, like, I as a kid, I was watching that all the time. It was,
but, yeah,
interesting.
I feel like, Transformers Prime is another one, dude. I love that show.
Yeah, that show's
I don't love the animation style, but
no,
I
it's kinda
love the show.
funky. I only saw the 1st season because that was on that channel that Hasbro made, The Hub, and I think it, like, went out, like, it didn't last very long, and it had, like, some other game shows and stuff on it too, but that was, like, one of their biggest things was they're like, "Oh, we have Transformers Prime and, like, a My Little Pony show and stuff." And I never watched anything past season 1 because they just kept airing season 1 over and over again, then
Oh,
reruns of
yeah.
Gen 1, of Transformers and G.I. Joe, and dude, one of my favorite movies to rent when I was younger was actually, the Transformers, the movie. I think I rented that. probably a dozen times. And this was
Really?
this was well before the Michael Bay movie. I actually didn't like the Michael Bay movie when I was younger.
It's definitely different from
Yeah,
the original.
very.
I didn't see the original series or the original movie until I was in, like, my probably, like, 30 or
Wow.
31.
Yeah, everyone around me,
But
like, at, like, daycare after school had seen the Transformers the movie and some of the original show and was, like, super into, like, Armada and Energon. So it's interesting to see a different perspective on that because, like, I saw that as, like, a really big thriving point. Like, the mini cons were really popular and stuff. There were a lot of video games coming out. Yeah, just really cool stuff. Also, I was kinda weird though too, like, my favorite things to rent from Blockbuster were Speed Racer, the original series, and the Sonic the Hedgehog cartoon and Mario cartoon. So, I was a little strange. I feel like
yeah,
Speed
I
Racer has to
never
be one of my more formative shows growing up, 'cause I watched the heck out of that show. I love that show.
see, and I didn't watch any of those as a
Dude,
kid. I
I
I
was, like,
watched
4 years old asking to go get Speed Racer from Blockbuster.
I watched, the '90s Marvel Comics Spider-Man cartoon.
Dude, I love that
Uh
show. Are you talking about the original one, or are you talking about Spider-Man and his, friends?
I am talking about the one I'm talking about Shocker. Uh,
I will chase you to the ends of
yeah,
the
that one,
earth.
the Fox one.
Yeah, that one's awesome.
So that was one of my main shows for sure.
Mhm.
I watched when I was, like, renting stuff from the video store, I usually was renting either Pokemon or,
Oh, I to
Spider-Man,
think of it, I was running
or
Pokemon too.
I rented a lot, either Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles
Dude,
or the cartoon, not the movies, or, I would rent, like, the knockoffs, Street Sharks, Extreme Dinosaurs,
Biker
I
Mice
rented
from
all the time.
Mars.
I
Dude,
did not see that one.
dude. That show is crazy.
But, yeah, so stuff like that a lot I was renting from the video store, and then, like, me and my sister would rent movies that we would watch, like, 100 times, and I'm sure
Mhm.
drive our parents insane. Like, me and my sister really liked this movie called Cats and Dogs,
Dude, yeah, yeah, I know that
and they're,
one.
like, secret agents.
Yep.
Yeah, we thought that was hilarious.
And the villain's like the white cat named Fluffy or
Mr.
something.
Tinkles.
Mr.
Mr.
Tinkles.
Tinkles.
That's what it was.
I just thought about that movie again the other day, and I was like,
I
"Dude,
watched that so much. Did you ever watch any of those, like, the Disney Channel original movies?
yes,
Man, there's one called
I did."
Xeon that I would watch a lot. I was terrified when they would do, like, the Halloween thing and have the advertisements. They used to be really scary with the advertisements on Disney Channel for Halloween, and they do, like, a Halloween in the summer, and there was a Halloween Town. I was
Oh, yeah, I
so
liked
scared of
those
that.
as a kid.
I thought okay, you know the movie theater from I think the first one? There's like a old movie theater and there's like a ghost in it or something in one scene. I thought that was the like abandoned theater downtown in our
Oh,
hometown.
no.
Yeah, cause like I had never
You were,
been in
like,
there.
really young back then,
Yeah,
because I mean, I was young,
yeah.
which they made, like, what, 5 of
I should
them.
not
So
have been
it
watching.
what me and my sister really liked when we were little Halloween Disney movie was Under Wraps, where
Oh
the
yeah, yeah, yeah,
mummy
Mummy.
comes to life, but then, okay, so they made a new Under Wraps, like, a few years ago,
Why?
and the old one has been, like, completely wiped from existence.
Oh,
Like,
I bet it was like
it's weird because they, like, have released the other Disney movies where
you think
people
they
can
lost the
watch them.
rights for it somehow?
Yeah, I don't know, it's something weird like that because it is just, like, gone,
I noticed that with,
but
like, the House of Mouse show was not on
oh,
Disney
yeah, I liked
Plus.
that show.
I don't know if it's there now, but I was looking for that and I couldn't find it anywhere. Weird stuff.
I liked, Jackie Chan Adventures. Gotta give
Dude, that
Jackie
show's
Chan Adventures a
awesome.
drop. The talismans
Man.
and all that,
They
dude.
had those as a toy at Hardee's. You could get the talismans. And they actually worked? No.
Yeah, you got the powers after you ate some hearty.
Man, did you ever watch that American Dragon Jake Long?
No, I never really watched that.
I watched it a little bit, and it was I don't know, like, it was one of those things that if it was on, I'd watch it. And most of the
Oh,
time, like, what would be on was, like, That's So Raven and stuff, Lizzie McGuire,
yeah.
even Stevens. I'm
My
like, I
sister
don't
loved
know if I
those.
wanna watch any of these live action shows, kinda boring. Phil of the Future.
Uh,
Man,
I did watch, okay, so they made 2 of the like, a continuation show that I did not watch, and that's what's more readily available now. But I watched Shaolin Showdown.
dude, I actually watched
Tubi
something
is
about that the other day.
I think they're putting it on Tubi
They changed the
now.
art style halfway through that show, I think, too.
Well, they did, like, Shaolin Chronicles
That's
or
what it was.
whatever, like,
Okay.
right after that, and you can find that a lot easier, and I'm like, "I
That's
don't wanna
weird.
watch that. I wanna watch the original show."
I,
But
what else was there? I remember anytime I'd have, like, a VHS, at home, it would usually be, like, a Nickelodeon one, be, like, the orange ones. I'd have, like, Rugrats or, like, Wild Thornberrys.
yeah.
Is Care Bears was a movie, but I think we also had some of the TV shows. I really liked Care Bears when I was, like, 1 through 4 to 6, you know? Like the old Care Bears. Um,
Yeah. I don't remember I remember watching that at, like, the nursery at church, but I
yeah,
don't remember it beyond
it's a pretty
that.
pretty gnarly show. They, if they all stand in a line, they can hit you with a
A railgun.
gamma beam.
Yeah.
Like, just if they decide that you're not being friendly enough.
I definitely feel like if we're talking formative, SpongeBob and Fairly Odd Parents, I watched those all the time.
Man, I'm a SpongeBob hater. I'm not a
Even my parents like
dude,
SpongeBob.
I wasn't allowed to watch it.
We were not allowed to watch it until my mom saw the episode where they call it karate instead of karate, and she thought it was so hilarious that she started letting us watch
That's
it after that.
awesome.
But but
I hold
yeah,
resentment towards it. Yeah,
why?
I don't know. I think it's funny sometimes, but I think sometimes it's just, like, not funny.
Well, really, I only like the first 3 seasons of it, and then I
Mhm.
pretty well hated everything after that,
Yeah, the
but
beginning of it's definitely much better. Also Fairly Odd Parents was pretty good. I watched Jimmy Neutron a lot. I
yeah,
had this
watched
PS2
that.
game of the Attack of the Twonkies episode. We watched it at the apartment. That was
Yeah, I had
wild.
the Game Boy game of that.
Dude, the PS2 game was actually insane. Like, it is a well done game somehow. And it's based on a hour-long TV special for a random cartoon.
They were doing specials for Jimmy Neutron and Fairly Odd Parents, like, all the
Yeah,
time.
and
Like,
crossovers.
big hour-long specials and, yeah, crossovers and stuff. It was wild
Man,
back in the day, back before Avengers.
back before Superhero Squad. Dude, did you ever
I
have
mean,
you seen the Superhero Squad show?
no, I have
It's
not.
so bad. Man. The theme song is really good. If you haven't seen it, you should check that out. It was
My,
a Marvel show.
niece and nephew really like the, what's it called? Spidey, and it's, like, little kid Spider-Man with
Spider-Man.
Miles Morales and Gwen Stacy and Peter
Oh, they
Parker,
got
and
'em all.
they have a Fall Out Boy theme song,
What?
and they
No
they
way.
love it. Yeah, they rock out to the theme song.
Dude.
Which, speaking of that, okay, how am I forgetting this? Scooby-Doo was enormous for me, uh,
Man, dude,
and
Scooby-Doo's
What's
so
New Scooby-Doo with Simple Plan
I
doing the
can't
theme
sing it
song.
or we'll get
Yeah,
struck.
but you all know it.
Man,
Don't act like you don't.
love
Uh,
love that show. There's not very many episodes of that show either. It's very short. What's New Scooby-Doo?
yeah.
But it had
Well, they both are. The original Scooby-Doo, Where Are You? Was really
well,
short.
there's
There were
2
only 2
Scooby-Doo
short
original
seasons.
series. There's the Scooby-Doo, Where Are You? And what was it? There's two of them. I know
Well,
there's
then they
two of
started
them.
making, like, all kind of, like, spin-off
Original
series. They did
Scooby-Doo.
the new Scooby-Doo movies, and they
Where are
did Scooby
you?
and Scrappy and all these kinda
I
different
swear there
ones.
was a second show that aired, like, for the same amount of time, like, right after it.
Yeah,
Yeah, it was
they did, like
Scooby-Doo and then, uh what the heck? Sorry, I'm mildly dyslexic. Scooby-Doo, Where Are You? From 1969, and then the new Scooby-Doo movie. Yeah, that's not what I was thinking. Never mind. I just completely made this up. Did you ever watch, was it A Pup Named Scooby-Doo?
Yeah, I
I
watched
like that
that a
one a
pretty
lot.
good bit as a
Or,
kid.
like,
I watched
Baby Looney
Looney
Tunes.
Tunes a lot.
I like Baby Looney Tunes more than Looney Tunes when I was younger.
Dude,
I don't know why. I bet it was
remembering
really
a lot of
annoying.
cartoons.
Don't
Yeah, like,
mean
as an adult now, I'm looking back at some of the stuff in Looney Tunes, and I'm like, "Bro."
Cliff note for the Cyber Chase episode is going. What am I trying to say? A cliff note. Cyber Chase is going to go on my movies episode.
Scooby-Doo and the Cyber Chase?
Yeah, that is like one of the best ones.
Yeah, that was good.
It has callbacks to the old, but it's like very modern, and it's also actually terrifying. Like they
Yeah, it's
made the
pretty scary if
digital
you're a kid.
age feel very scary.
I
Man.
watched the Flintstones pretty good bit as a kid.
Yeah. A lot of stuff on WB on Saturday mornings.
Oh,
Of
yeah,
course,
that I
Jackie
was in
Chan
front
and
of that
Pokemon,
TV.
and they had so many good things. I was never into like Digimon or anything like that, or Beyblade or
Yeah, me either.
Bakugan. That wasn't my thing. But Pokemon, come on, come on. I also found myself so around the time I was watching cartoons like let's just like choosing my own cartoons would be like 2004 to maybe like 2010, 2009, somewhere around there. That's around the time that Cartoon Network started doing a lot more with the Toonami stuff. So I was introduced to a lot of like anime stuff that I probably wouldn't have been otherwise. I just was like, yeah, this is just a cartoon, but weird, right? So like they had Naruto and stuff on there, and I didn't particularly like it as much, but like I just thought it was a normal cartoon. And then later on, people are like, "Oh, it's anime. That's the weird thing to watch." And now it's not as bad, but yeah, there's definitely for a while people are like, "This is a weird thing to watch." I'm very surprised how mainstream it's become.
Yeah, me too. I didn't grow up with anime at all unless you want to count Pokemon, and so I didn't know, like, anything about it till I started getting older and saw it being advertised for, like,
Dude,
Toonami and
yeah,
stuff, and
I'm very surprised how much I was spoon-fed of it through Toonami. Like I
I was
watched
like,
most of the
"What?"
Ghibli, whatever you want to say. I watched those when I was younger, and my mom watched them with me. Like Kiki's Delivery Service, the one about the witch. Like
Yeah,
it's just a cute
which
little
I
movie.
still haven't seen any of those.
Dude, you gotta watch some of them. They're actually
I just
so
really haven't watched hardly anything anime.
these Miyazaki considers them just movies first. He doesn't really like when people call them anime. Um, and I feel like they're like you could enjoy them separately from anime. He makes some really good stuff. Um, we could do an episode sometime about that, like watch a couple Ghibli movies or something. Because there's some really good ones. Mononoke is awesome. Um, Howl's Moving Castle. And a lot of these have like American actors were like really wanting to be in it. Um, like Howl's Moving Castle, Christian Bale plays Hal, or like who was it? I think Billy Crystal is in one of the movies too. There's just like a lot of people in these movies. And then the newest one, um, Robert Pattinson plays this bird. But yeah, usually they're really good heartfelt stories with like a very prominent prominent message, um, but I don't know. They're not as much TV shows. I know I'm getting off track here.
Yeah, I also, like, when I was really little, we watched a ton of Disney stuff. Like, when I was
Man,
little,
yeah.
dude, I was obsessed with Winnie the Pooh
Dude, yes.
and Many Adventures of Winnie the
I
Pooh and
loved Winnie the Pooh. My
the Mickey Mouse and Pluto cartoons and all that kinda stuff.
my first
The
book
sing-alongs.
ever was a Winnie the Pooh book where he's, like, losing his balloon or something, and, it was like he said something like, "Tut tut sounds like rain."
Yeah,
Yeah, that was, like, my first book, and I have a Christmas ornament of him holding onto the balloon with a bee on top of it.
yeah.
Dude,
Yeah,
the
that's
show
the
was really
original.
good.
Yeah, dude, Winnie the Pooh,
Classic.
awesome.
"They took my eyes."
It's such a good
Man,
cartoon.
I love that. Um, I really remember around, what I would consider the new gen cartoons. Um, I was probably in, like, middle school, um, and they started switching to, like, Adventure Time, regular show, Steven Universe, and that's when I was watching a lot of cartoons, like, I was really into it. I didn't watch regular show as much until later on, but I feel like it's more entertaining watching it as an adult than it was as a kid. My sister and I really loved that Steven Universe show when it was coming out. It was one of the more unique things on, had a lot of colors and stuff, had like very, very well made music every episode. But yeah, that was I don't really remember what was on Disney or anything around that time, but um that for sure was like one of the more formative shows for us. But man, I could quote like most episodes of regular show.
Yeah, see, I think all of that was, like, after I
That's
had
way after. Yeah.
quit watching cartoons and stuff. Because I actually quit watching cartoons before Teen Titans was even over, I
Wow.
think. I had to
That's
go
interesting.
back as I got older to finish Teen Titan. I might have seen it, but there were definitely episodes that when I went back and watched it, I was like, "I don't remember this, so I must have missed it or something." But so by 2005, 2006, I was totally out of cartoons for a long time, and then went back, as I was getting in college or whatever, and was
Yeah.
like, "Dude, these are awesome. Like,
Right.
why did I quit watching
Well, and
this
I
stuff?"
think also they
But
started pushing more cartoons that are adult oriented, but also for kids later on in the 2010s. Like, Infinity Train and Gravity Falls and
oh,
Voltron, of
yeah, dude.
course, are
Okay,
all
so you introduced
favorites.
me when we were roommates to both Gravity Falls and Voltron,
Yes.
and they both became 2 of my favorite
Yes,
shows of all time, and I basically wanted you to sit there and just binge it, like, every day, and I stinking love those shows, they're so good.
Yeah. Okay, DreamWorks nailed it. I Avatar: The Last Airbender, I was watching as it came out when I was younger. And I was like, "Oh, this is such a good show." And then they came out with the Voltron, well, it was a movie at first. They put it in the theater, like, the first few episodes, and the pacing was horrific. I don't know if you feel the same way. The first few episodes are way too fast. But, man, the rest of the show, like, it just keeps getting better. Somehow they keep topping it and making it more awesome. And I'm
Yeah.
very disappointed that it's not on streaming platforms or available to purchase anymore.
No, I agree, I like the intro movie first few episodes thing, but the show gets way better a few episodes in,
Yeah.
and it like you said, every season, it's just like, "Top that, top that,
And they
top
do.
that."
They manage to deliver every single time.
Yeah, like, most shows, like I talked about, like SpongeBob, okay, by season 3, you're it's really declining in my opinion, and I think a lot of people would agree with that, but Voltron, dude. Oh, season 3 is better than season 2. Just generally speaking. Season 4, oh, it's even better. Season 5, it's even so they crushed it. There were a few things there towards the end that we didn't really like, but overall, the show was it's one of my favorite shows of all time, for
Mm.
sure. I've watched it like 3 or 4 times just since you introduced it to me.
Yeah, and around the time I was watching it, that was probably mid to late high school. I started actually watching anime shows because I was like, well, I have time. I can watch some stuff now, and these are more gritty and interesting. I just watched like Breaking Bad and stuff, and I started watching more stressful TV and like more, I don't know, advanced TV. So I ended up watching like all of Naruto, and then I started watching that My Hero Academia show when it came out. And I was mostly watching like kind of just super hype kind of stuff until college. And then I got into like a really like I don't know, not snobby, but I was like really into like film and movies and stuff. And I was like, oh, I have to watch them like 26 episode long, very serious, talking about the condition of life and whatever.
Uh,
So I was watching like a lot of the shows that I still like today are probably some of the stuff I watched around college, like Evangelion, Cowboy Bebop, Gundam 8 MS Team, a lot of that kind of stuff. A lot of 90s anime. I really like the like Black Lagoon. I like stuff that came out between like 94 and 2007, kind of in that range. There's a lot of like 26 episode long shows, so it's not like a huge commitment, but it's also it doesn't overstay its welcome, you know. And most of them are directed like they were a movie. So I really like.
yeah, and that's the thing to me, like and I've probably talked about this on the show before, but, like, when I was hitting, 10 to 12 in that range, I was like, "Oh, you have to stop watching cartoons now
Mhm.
because that's childish or that's weird or whatever." And so I pretty well as far as just watching things, I pretty well just watched sports, and I did watch, NCIS. I was really big into
Dude,
NCIS.
we always used to watch stuff like that. Like it would just be on the TV in the house, like NCIS, MASH, How I Met Your Mother, stuff like Scrubs, um, Psych, things like that. Psych is
Okay,
so
that's
funny.
another one.
It's so funny,
Okay, Psych, I had never seen Psych
dude.
until we were roommates,
I was
and
surprised.
when we were all gonna watch it together, and I was just home way more than you guys were, so I had way more time to watch it. I devoured Psych.
It's
It is one
so
of my
funny.
favorite shows that ever exist. So good.
I, I'm pretty excited. Oh, never mind. That's Scrubs. I thought Psych was coming back. Scrubs is coming
Oh, good.
back. Um,
See, I haven't watched Scrubs.
it's okay. That's where the default dance for Fortnite comes from. If you didn't
Oh,
know that,
really?
yeah.
I didn't know that.
We'll review the footage later because I
I'm
think it's
definitely
gonna use a
to
copyright
watch
sound effect.
Psych again, but I don't know when. I'm trying to
Mhm.
wait till I know it will be really good to me again instead of
Haven't they
just
done movies too?
yeah, they've done a few
Yeah,
movies.
I think I've seen some of those. Uh,
Yeah, they are to me, they're not as good, but they are still pretty good, especially the first 1 or 2 of them.
I'll show you the original default dance. Try to mute it in time. I bet it shows an ad first. I'll have to flip. Oh no, it doesn't. Okay, we're good. Yeah, they basically just rotoscoped it. Like he's doing.
Yeah, that's the exact dance.
Yeah. Actually, here's a side by side. Well, maybe we'll get to see the side by side. No, it's just gonna play them both separate. Oh, there it goes. Yeah, they literally just rotoscoped it. That's awesome.
That's hilarious.
But yeah, that's oh, there's our write ups.
You can see our drive.
Yeah.
Oh, but what I was gonna say, and I got sidetracked, was like And then as an adult, I came back and watched stuff that I liked when I was younger, or
Yeah.
watched stuff like with you, like with Gravity Falls and Voltron and stuff. And it's like, you don't have to watch a certain thing
No.
as an adult or a teenager or whatever. You don't have to be like,
And it's
oh, I'm an
changed a
adult.
lot lately. Like, it used to be frowned upon, but now it's
Yeah.
like welcomed.
Like, I still watch a ridiculous amount of sports because I love sports,
Right.
but I don't feel like that's all I can watch or
Yeah.
I'm a weirdo, you know? Like, I mean, it just
I
if you like
also
a
I
cartoon, watch it. Like,
I feel like I'm obligated to say that things like The Office and Parks and Rec were also, like, very, very good.
yeah.
Um, or
Yeah, we watched
Full
The
House too.
Office grow when it was coming on. Like, we watched The Office a lot, and
Yeah,
I went
yeah.
back and watched Parks and Rec
I think Parks
after.
and Rec is a better show overall.
I agree. Generally speaking, I
The
like Parks
Office
and
is
Rec better.
good, but it doesn't stay good. I think I
Exactly.
think Parks and Rec gets stronger as it goes.
I think Parks and Rec is funnier.
Yeah.
Like The Office has moments in it that are probably better
Mhm.
as a show than what Parks and Rec is. But Parks and Rec is just like every episode something hilarious happens, and
Yeah, and it can be a little annoying and too upbeat sometimes, but it's not as annoying as, like, what was that show with Andy Samberg?
oh
Brooklyn
yeah,
Nine I can't even watch that show.
yeah, my sister likes that. I hate that show.
I
I just don't
can't do it.
find him funny in
No.
the least. But
Sorry, Andy.
but The Office to me, there's just a little bit too much. I'm not huge into the awkward humor where like awkward situations are supposed to be funny and people being in awkward and saying awkward things are funny. I don't feel that way. And so like if stuff is super awkward all the time, it's just kind of annoying to me. And so there were times in the office where I was like, okay, this isn't really funny to me, but
Yeah, like,
there were
sometimes
definitely
it was,
scenes that
but,
I
like,
loved.
it kind of when it becomes your only thing, it's kinda I don't know,
I love Jim and Dwight. Uh,
dwigged.
I thought the pranks and all that was really funny. I saw the other day they referenced again the Asian Jim prank.
Oh, yeah, I saw that. He said me, whenever. What was it?
So funny.
What was it that he said? And he was like, uh, pictures of me when I was younger, and it was it was him, but
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Dude,
And
one of
like
my favorite Are you
there
talking
was
about
a
Threat Level
movie they
Midnight?
did. Uh, Ryan Reynolds and John Krasinski did
Oh,
If.
I thought you were talking about Threat Level Midnight. I was like,
No, and
movie.
on the press tour, they did a prank where John Krasinski was is his first name Randall? Randall Park
I
was
don't know.
Asian Jim, and I thought that was really funny, but who, by the way, uh, a show that I watched for a while that he was on, Fresh Off the Boat, the first couple seasons of that I thought were hilarious. I love him in the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Dude, he's
The
so
guy's
funny.
hilarious.
He is
I
so
want him to be in more stuff. Like,
I
he's
agree.
so funny. But
Man,
yeah, yeah, we couldn't do this show without mentioning The Office and Parks and
yes.
Rec.
There's also I feel like Netflix has it's I don't think it's fallen off necessarily, but for a while they had some really good shows. Um, Stranger Things, of course.
Oh, yeah. Dude, how did we not
Yeah, how
mention
do
Stranger Things?
dude, I gotta say Stranger Things season 1 and 2 were probably some of the best things that they have put out
Yes.
ever. 3 is
Yes.
okay. I didn't watch 4 or 5. Um,
So, we both kind of agree on this. You and me have talked about it off
yeah.
the show before. Like, season 1 of Stranger Things, and really even season 2 to me, which for some reason people don't like season 2. And
I think season 2 is a perfect sequel to that show.
I've seen the cast talk about this, and they all love season 2 and don't understand why people don't like season 2. I feel the same way. So season 1 and season 2 are two of the best pieces of any show to ever exist. They are fantastic. Season 3, I feel like it starts to dip
Yeah,
a little bit.
instead of
And
things are happening because of something else, they're just happening because they're happening, and then we're moving locations, and then things are
and
happening
then
because they're happening.
I think it starts to dip in 3, but to me it drops off a cliff in 4. And 4 and
Dude,
5,
people are obsessed with 4.
I know,
It's
I don't get it. There
weird.
there are things that are good in 4 and 5, and it's Stranger Things and everything, but, like, it has in 4 and 5, there are so many problems with it,
Yeah,
and it has just turned into a completely different show, and there's way too many characters, and it just wasn't the same show anymore after that, and like I said, there were things that were good in it, I watched them, but by and large, I
that's the
just thought
company from Wally.
4 and 5 just are not the same show, but the first 3 seasons, magnifique. Love Stranger Things very much.
You probably didn't watch it. I thought Squid Game was pretty good too.
I have not
Made me
seen
very
Squid.
uncomfortable though. I don't like the gruesomeness of some of the shows. But they were knocking it out of the park with like animated stuff for a while. Like there's this show from Hong Kong called Scissor 7, and it's about this like he's like an assassin, like the world's greatest assassin, but he loses his memory and washes up on this island of chickens. And this talking chicken with like a cigar and sunglasses trains him up because he wants him to be an assassin, like make money for him. But he's like a barber at a local like hair salon, the guy that lost his memory. And so he has like this telekinetic power to like control scissors and like throw them around and stuff. But there's like this evil island of like assassins that are trying to find him. And there's also like an evil island of scientists that are trying to find him too. It's pretty funny.
Dude, that's a
It's
pretty wild
crazy.
plot.
um
By the way, I forgot about this. If we're talking about formative shows,
yeah.
I was really into the first 2 seasons of The Flash,
Dude, oh
and
my
I
gosh.
liked Arrow a pretty good bit the
I
first
couldn't.
couple seasons too, but I quit watching The Flash after season 3, and I quit watching Arrow after, like, season 4,
The
but
Flash after season 3 got really depressing, I remember.
yeah,
Like it was
and
just
it's
not enjoyable.
being a CW show, like, it was all, like, super
Yeah.
soap opera-y and oh, Smallville, I know you hate Smallville,
I
but
can't
I
do
love
it.
Smallville. So, I watched it some as a kid, which now I'm kinda like, I shouldn't have been watching that, but
I want to watch
also, like,
My
I went
Adventures
back
with
and watched it.
Superman.
Yeah, I haven't seen that one,
I really
but
want to
yeah,
see it. I like the art
Smallville is
style.
kinda what made me go back to being like, because I had kinda reached this point in my life where it was like, I don't really like Superman anymore,
Yeah.
he's just too powerful and everything, and then so I started watching Justice League Unlimited, and Smallville really kinda got me back into liking Superman, but
Man, I also I've been saving this one. Um, Star Wars: The Clone Wars was probably the most formative show of like my younger years. It came out. Um, l- I mean, I had seen all the Star Wars movies at this point, and I was really into it already. But then it started adding all this extra stuff, and I get an episode every week of it, and so I don't know, like for a long time. It was just this consistent drip of Star Wars, and I really enjoyed that show. And then of course Netflix got it, put a season up after Cartoon Network lost it, and then for a long time we didn't get anything, and then Disney Plus gave us a last season of it. And man, that was I really loved that show. I didn't like the movie when it came out. I don't like the Twilight ship from it and the whole thing with Road of the Hutt, but like the show itself and like how it kind of like dives into like the lives of the clones and stuff and some of the other Jedi that were really cool in the background that you don't get to see much in the movies. That was super interesting to me.
so Clone Wars was another one of these that you guys told me about because I didn't watch it growing up. I guess it was
Yeah,
probably
it came
past
out in,
me,
like,
but
2008, I'm wanting to say, 2009?
so I didn't watch it till, like, my mid to late 20s, and
Mhm.
I agree, I don't really love the intro movie in the first couple episodes,
No. The
but
first 2
af
seasons, I think, are kinda, like until the
it starts to
Mandalore
get
arc.
way better,
Yeah.
and the show is awesome, and it deals
It's
with
so good.
such, like, heavy stuff with the clones
Yeah.
and some of the stuff with the Jedi and everything. Love it, and yeah, when they came out with the last season, which some of that I think was a
I
little bit
think
of
the
a missed
first half was
opportunity.
disappointing, and the
Yeah,
second half
like,
was some of the best Star Wars there has been.
I didn't need all that with Ahsoka and the
Mhm.
what are they called? Junker people or whatever, but anyway, but, like, the emotions in that show, some of these sad endings, and then, like, if you connect that with Rebels, some of that going on in there, which is another one I didn't watch until after Clone Wars,
Mhm.
but, like, dude, so heavy. Like, how can you not
There's some things where they leave off on, like, a heavy note, and then you just never see these characters again. Like, I
Yeah, there's some serious stuff going
but,
on in that show.
dude, I could not watch for it took me, like, several years to watch Rebels after it was over. People were like, "Oh,
Yeah,
watch the show." I'm like, "No." I didn't like the first 2 seasons really, but the end of it, I was like, "Yeah, this is really good." I think the art style just made it very visually unappealing,
I agree.
kind of pushed me away from it, and I don't know, like, I think the energy of it was not in the best interest of the entire show.
Yeah, I'm like you. There was a lot, especially early on in that show that I didn't like, and it
Yeah.
was kind of a chore for me to get into Rebels. But then
At first,
some
I
of the
was like,
stuff,
"This just isn't for me," but
yeah,
then I realized, no, it is for me, it's just not at first, you know?
and like it's another one kind of like Clone Wars, but where at the end, yeah, it really opens up into
Yeah.
something a lot better. And but yeah, I agree. Can't go the episode without talking about those two.
No.
I'm trying. I'm probably gonna go back and watch Clone Wars again soon, but if I can, well, I don't have Disney Plus, but I'm gonna have to
Dude.
figure out. I'm seriously considering
Oh,
because
man. Nathan, I got a show for you to watch. I don't
oh,
know if you've seen it yet. It's on Disney Plus, so you probably haven't. The new Spider-Man cartoon. The art style looks
so
abysmal at first. It was so good.
so I'm a little confused on the new Spider-Man cartoon
Yeah.
because I've heard stuff about it, and I watched a newer Spider-Man
Mhm.
cartoon on Disney Plus in like 2020, 2021,
Yeah.
but I feel like I've been hearing they came out with another
This is
Spider-Man cartoon.
completely on its own. It came out last summer, I think.
Okay, yeah, I haven't seen
It's
it.
called, I think it's called Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man. Dude, it is so there's gonna be a second season. It combines new stuff with the old comic look, and at first, the visuals don't look very nice to the eye, but as you watch it more, it actually kinda does look good when you see what they were actually going for, because it is kind of like old comic style. And it's like not only does it take the new and the old, but it comes up with brand new ideas too for these characters. Kind of in a way that the Batman animated series did, which also one of my favorites of all time. That got me into watching Batman. I remember they had like marathons with that on Cartoon Network, and then they'd show Batman 1989. But dude, this show you gotta watch it. I started rewatching it last night. And it starts out okay, but, like, it gets really good. I think it's only, like, 10 episodes or something too. It's a pretty quick watch. It was so good that I watched it in, like, one sitting.
Yeah, if I ever get Disney Plus again,
Yeah.
which I might because with Avengers Doomsday coming out, like I definitely
Avengers
want to
Big
see that.
Doom. Oh, is it gonna be on
So,
there? You're not going to the theater
I
to see it?
mean, what I meant, no, they're not gonna put it straight on there. What I mean is, like, I want to go see it in theaters, and I've missed a bunch of stuff, so I feel like I need to go back and
That makes
be able
sense.
to see stuff. Although I probably could figure it out
You
pretty
probably
quickly,
haven't
but
missed as much as you thought you did. Have you seen the Thunderbolts?
no.
Oh, yeah. No, you probably should see that one.
Yeah.
That one was
Which that one looked really good to me. I
Nathan,
just
that
didn't go
might
see
be
it.
like one of the best Marvel movies that's come out. I actually
Yeah,
this
that's
probably
what I've
isn't a
heard.
good example because there haven't been very many good ones since Endgame, but
Yeah.
it's probably up there in like the top 10 total, I
I
think.
also like I don't know when the new Spider-Man movie's coming out, but
Next summer.
definitely want to see that. So,
Or wait, when is it coming out? Let's find out.
which by the way, here's my bone
When
to pick with that. We were told we were getting ground level Spider-Man. It's about Spider-Man. It's not all these other heroes.
July
And then they
31st of
come
this
out
year? What? Dude. I'm sorry,
then
continue.
they come out and tell us, "Oh, the Hulk's in it. Oh, the Punisher's in it. Oh, this guy's in it. Oh, that guy's in it." It's like,
Yeah,
guys, just let Spider-Man have his own movie. Like, he doesn't need an older
I
hero
agree.
in every movie.
I am okay if it is street level. Daredevil, Punisher, Iron Fist kind of stuff.
I would like to see Daredevil
Or
in the
like Black
Spider-Man
Cat.
movie, but
Black Cat makes sense for that. But yeah, or Kingpin. Like
oh
these
yeah,
are all
dude.
characters that make sense for street level Spider-Man for me. But yeah, when you start adding Hulk and stuff like even Doctor Strange, like
That
I
was
don't know, man.
strange. Yeah, we had Iron Man and we
Where's
had
Big Wheel?
Nick Fury
Where's
and
Big Wheel at?
oh yeah, dude.
Dude, if Big Wheel shows up in a Spider-Man movie, I'm I'm out of here.
But
buying
yeah,
all the buying all the Big Wheel merch.
so yeah, pretty excited for. I love Spider-Man, so
Yeah. Well, we're at about an hour and 10. I think we should wrap it up. Oh my gosh, it's
probably wrap.
snowing again.
Dude, there you go.
It's like a fog of snow and it's like drifting across the parking lot. It's weird.
So recap. As we're closing this out,
Oh man.
give what you would call your 5 most formative
Dude,
shows of
5
your
most
life.
formative of my life?
Yeah.
Dude, okay, Star Wars The Clone Wars. Neon Genesis Evangelion. Um Dude, this is messed up.
It's
This is
kinda
messed up.
yeah. I can't ever figure this out when I try to think about this stuff.
You can't be doing this to me. That was for sure, Let's see. I'll let you think about it and start talking while I'm doing this, because I gotta think.
I would say for me, Pokemon would have to
Oh
be
yeah,
one of
Pokemon. I'll
them.
put Pokemon up there.
I would
Um,
say Batman the Animated Series would have to be one. I'm gonna cheat and put Justice League and Justice League Unlimited as one
yeah,
series,
no,
and
dude, totally do that. It
that's
is the
gonna be
same
in there
thing.
too.
Um,
I'm gonna put Teen Titans in there. Uh, so that only
Teen
leaves me
Titans
with
was
one
great for
spot.
me, but I don't know if it's. I'd say the Batman probably, and maybe like, or no, no, I'm taking that out of there. I'm putting regular show. And then I'm putting a controversial pick that I'm gonna get crap for. I'm gonna pick Steven Universe.
I've never seen it, so I can't say
It's
anything
very
about it.
cute.
So if I was gonna pick my last of those 5, what is the last one I would pick?
Dude, you love Rick and Morty.
I've never seen Rick and Morty. Uh,
It's snowing so hard that I'm watching the cars in real time start to get covered in snow.
bro,
What
wild
is
and crazy.
happening?
I mean, if this was like as a kid, I would say Power Rangers, but I didn't like. It's not like I
Dude,
kept
you just
watching
bought a
Power.
Power Rangers helmet. That
I
is
have 2
formative,
Power
guy.
Rangers helmets.
That I would count that as formative. You talk about Power Rangers frequently.
If we're talking formative, it's probably Power Rangers.
Yeah,
If we're talking favorite, it's probably Voltron, but yeah. Yeah, I'm currently looking at 2 Power Rangers helmets on my shelf. We'll have to
Dude,
get those on the podcast one
I'm
day.
I'm jealous. The yellow
I
one
love
looks
them, dude.
so good.
Yeah. Okay, so I bought the red Hasbro Lightning Collection one,
Yeah.
and I am so incredibly pleased with it.
Dude, that's what I'm
So
saying. The
then
Hasbro, like I get the Hasbro Black Series Star Wars helmets. Perfect.
oh, yeah, I mean, I couldn't be happier with it. But so off of that, they didn't make a Hasbro Lightning Collection helmet for all of the Power
What?
Rangers. They only made them for they made them for red, pink, blue,
Green and
white
white.
tiger, and they made Lord Zed.
Oh,
Well,
I see a green and a white one too.
yeah, but they did not do a Lightning Collection of yellow and black, and so
What?
you, like, can't find
Wow.
yellow and black.
Wait, how
So
recently did they do the others? Because maybe they haven't come out yet.
it's been several years. They don't even make them anymore,
Well,
I don't
they
think.
might. Star Wars helmets do have like a very long kind of hiatus in between. Like they haven't done a Phase 1 clone trooper yet or Jango Fett. Like basic things, you know.
But what I did, because there isn't a yellow or black right now,
Yeah.
I went to an Etsy shop, and that they are currently out of them, so I'm not gonna drop a name and all that. But there are a very wide array of quality levels when you're talking something like that. I found one that looked like it was gonna be really good. I ordered it from this Etsy shop, got here a few weeks later. It is incredible. I'm
Is
absolutely
it this one that
floored.
is $80, perhaps?
No, it was actually more than that.
Oh, that's
But
funny. I was looking at one. I was like, this looks really good.
yeah, some of them are really good. But this one is like what was so amazing to me about this one is I'm assuming they 3D printed it, but there are no there's no lines, there's no I can't see that it was 3D printed at all. It's not matte, it's very glossy like a Power Rangers helmet should be. Got a good visor. I mean, it looks like the company made it, and I am just so incredibly impressed with it. So,
Have you seen the ones Bandai makes? I
I
don't
don't
know
know, I
if
probably
they're any good, but Bandai actually has all of them. They have blue, pink,
like
red,
internet.
green, yellow, and black. But they don't have white. And they have like matching stands so you can sit them next to each other.
I really want a white tiger one, but most places that I find one is like hundreds of dollars.
Wow. That's
So,
that's kind of messed up.
yeah, they're really expensive, which is why I thought about buying one for a very long time before I bought one because I was like, I can't bring myself to spend this much money. And I finally was just like, no, I
Was
want
it
one. I'm getting one.
which series was it? Dino Thunder that had the Red Ranger where the visor is like squiggly and it looks like the jaws of the T-Rex.
Weekly.
Not squiggly, like has zigzags for the visor. You know what I'm talking
Oh,
about?
yeah. Yeah,
That's
it
Dino Thunder,
was.
right? I like that
Hmm.
design because like the normal one, it does have the teeth on the visor for the T-Rex on the side of the helmet, but like I think that one looks cooler. Super
Mighty
impressive.
Morphin are my favorite helmets, but I also
Actually,
really
no, I'm gonna take it back. The Mighty Morphin one is better.
I really like in space helmets too.
Mm,
Those
I like
pretty dope to me.
SPD. SPD was also really cool. That was a much
I
later
also
show.
like some of the Zeo ones. Really cool.
Dude, Bandai released a
Turbo.
Gundam Char's helmet, like the space one that he wears with his normal suit, but they want $600 for it for some reason. Yeah, I'm
Whoa,
like, dude, what?
bro. No,
Like
dude.
the Star Wars ones are like maximum like 130, right? This thing, there's no way it's anywhere near that quality.
Yeah, I'm not paying 600 for
No,
one helmet.
gosh, no. Yeah, I hope they. I hope they wake up from whatever nightmare they're in. Man.
Yeah, I wish I could just buy like tons of helmets. So anyway, I've got one floating shelf that has a red helmet and a yellow helmet, and then I have a comic on each
It's
side
just
that
the
is a
beginning.
red and yellow. But
yeah, next time I'm coming back Thursday, I think. You wanna go to the comic shop?
yeah, I was gonna go and
I
look for
got some
some
stuff to pick up, so
if they actually have it.
dude, they told me they had like 14 comics for me, so we'll see. And if they didn't sell them all again. However much
Yeah,
money
they
goes.
probably did.
Yeah. Well, I think that does it for this episode. You gonna do our review next episode, finally?
We can try. We
We may
we have been
try.
saying that for weeks, but
We have 2 more ideas for episodes if that doesn't work, so and then
yeah,
after that, the show's
we'll
over.
have
For
an
sure.
episode. We just don't
That's
know
a joke.
what it will be.
Alright, well, thanks for listening.
Yes,
I
thank
bid
you.
you all farewell.
Adieu?
No, I don't.
No.
Bye-bye.
All right.